everybody. Hi, how are you? Okay, I'm Carol Irby in Baton Rouge. I have some great, awesome news. I went to the lung transplant team in New Orleans for my first 5 visits. I went on Wednesday of this week, and I had, been scheduled to go to these appointments since before COVID-19 hit. And then the lung transplant team doctors in New Orleans got with my rheumatologist in Baton Rouge and said for me to stay in Baton Rouge because if COVID-19, once it hit down there, it was going to be it's going to be an incubator, if you will. And they said if I got it, it could kill me. Okay, well, I went down to the lung transplant team not knowing what to expect because to those of you that know my story, my pulmonary specialist had said I exceeded his level of expertise, and he's with Oschsner'S. And I had been turned over to him from my rheumatologist when I got sick in November, and my lungs were damaged, and we didn't know exactly how they became damaged. Okay, so long story short, I went down there for the visits, and I went through all of the different tests that I had to have done in pulmonary, and the last 2 visits were with the pulmonary specialist from the lung transplant team. I thought I had awesome results from her. Quite frankly, when my rheumatologist here in Baton Rouge had turned me over to her, he had said to me, these lungs, meaning the images of my lungs, do not match the woman that I am speaking to. These lungs are normally on oxygen, and the things that you're telling me that you do, they don't match. So we don't have the answers. We don't really know what's going on. Okay, so when he turned me over to the lung transplant, she said the same thing. The test that I did that day, the pulmonary test and the stress test and everything, they came back being exceeded expectations of what a person with my lung diagnosis would be doing, which is pulmonary fibrosis that I have. Well, so anyway, basically, she said you're too early for a lung transplant. And she said, quite frankly, you've lost a half a liter of lung capacity in 7 years. You're 66 years old. If you can hold the level that you're going now, the part of your lungs that are strong, you have exercised them so and are in such good physical shape with the rest of your body, if you could not lose more than a half a liter of lung capacity in the next 7 years, you would still not be on oxygen. Now, there's things that can happen that you could plummet within 2 to 3 weeks and be dead overnight. You have to stay well. I have to stay physically active. I have to take my rheumatoid arthritis meds and hope that the arthritis stops attacking my lungs. So I have to be very proactive in doing my part with working out and eating right and staying as positive as I can possibly be during this crisis. I believe that it's like a triangle. You have to be emotionally, physically, and spiritually connected. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys that update. I will continue to be posting about what I'm going through right now. I'm taking chemotherapy. I'm taking Acterma, a 90-minute infusion once a month. I've been to 3 infusions. They're going to scan me at the end of 6 months and see if the Acterma has stopped the arthritis from doing further damage in my lungs. It's called rheumatoid lung, from arthritis attacking your lungs. So anyway, I feel that I am blessed. I am so thankful. I am so grateful. I will be followed by the lung transplant team. They will follow me every 3 months to start with to see that there is no progression of disease. And if there is progression of disease, well, then there are 2 drugs that are hopeful to slow the progression. There's no cure. And like I said, it was just awesome news that I am not I'm not going on the lung transplant list. I'm not a candidate. I'm not in that critical of a shape. And praise God, I've been telling them this since November. They thought I had cancer, and I'm like, I don't think so. I was actually diagnosed with this 10 years ago. Watch my videos. And I had no flares for 8 years. So anyway, praise God. It's all about staying healthy, staying positive, take care of yourself. To those of you that are struggling with pulmonary fibrosis, I pray that if there's any any information that I could possibly give you would be this, that everybody is different and everybody is unique, and what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another person. And I do understand that there's a spectrum, and where you may be on your spectrum and your course of your disease may not be where I'm at, and your body is not like mine, and mine is not like yours. So I would not want to mislead anyone and let them think that it could certainly just be controlled with riding a bicycle and eating a vegetarian diet. That is my situation. That is what has happened to me. I am only reporting on my case, and I wish God's blessings and healings, power on each and every one of you that is struggling with something like this. It's called pulmonary fibrosis, interstitial lung disease, idiopathic lung disease. They do not know the cause of it. It could have been because I smoked for 25 years. It could have been environmental. It could have been from the 2 years of chemo methotrexate they put me on to try to stop the arthritis in the beginning. Irregardless, we got it under control, and I had no symptoms from 2013 from 2012 to 2020. To 2019, last week of December. Something that exacerbated the situation in my body. It could have been me pouring paints and mixing chemicals that I did for 6 months prior to December. We will probably never know, but the best I could hope for is that it's getting better now. I'm gaining energy and endurance back that I lost in November and December. So praise God. I just wanted to share the update with you. I will be linking information about the Acterma infusions to those of you that have inquired, to those of you that know me that have been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I will link them down below, and I just wanted to give you this update, and I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. And thank you all for those that are following me, and I will talk to you, and I will keep you posted on things that I eat. And I got a GoPro camera. I'm going to start videoing some of my rides, and perhaps maybe I could just give you insight and encouragement, and hopefully you will have a journey that you would be able to talk about and share with other people, and perhaps can help and encourage others that are going through the same thing that you may be going through. Okay, everybody, go and have a good day. I'm Carol Irby in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.